Now, streaming live, this is KSLA News Now.
Well, thank you for joining us. You're watching KSLA News Now. I'm Jeff Horchak. Here's a look at our top stories tonight. Today in D.C., the Supreme Court heard Louisiana versus Calais, a case that is a pivotal test of the Voting Rights Act while addressing the state's efforts to draw new congressional districts in Louisiana. Tonight at 10, we will hear directly from Louisiana lawmakers, including Governor Jeff Landry and Congressman Troy Carter, sharing their thoughts over the high court hearing. And keeping you first alert, the Caddo coroner identified the body of a man who drowned in 12 Mile Bayou. According to the coroner, 48-year-old Richard Johnson was found in the bayou on Monday. The death remains under investigation by the Shreveport Police Department. And new tonight, Shreveport Police need your help finding two people, both wanted for failing to register as a sex offender. SPD says both Kenya Watson and Richard Dean have 4 prior convictions for failing to register as Tier 1 sex offenders, requiring both to register annually until 2039. Now, Watson and Dean were both convicted through the First Judicial District Court of Caddo Parish for indecent behavior with juveniles. In Watson's case, the juvenile was just 12 years old. It was a boy. If you have any information that could lead to the arrest, call Caddo Crime Stoppers now at the numbers on your screen. Well, looking ahead, will the execution of Robert Roberson in the East Texas city of Palestine actually go through, or will it be stalled for a 4th time? A Smith County judge announced at a hearing that the execution date for Roberson is actually set for tomorrow, October 16th. Now, this would make him the first person in history to be executed for shaken baby syndrome. Roberson was sentenced to death after he was found guilty of killing his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki. And doctors say the chances for African American and Native American women to be diagnosed with breast cancer is higher than any other group. Tonight at 10, KSLA's Jolia Daughtry spoke with a woman who is a 2-time breast cancer survivor, who was first diagnosed at the age of 36. Now, she shared this piece of advice for women who are going through a similar journey. And in our town, get ready to celebrate. Prize Fest has kicked off in downtown Shreveport. Coming up at 10, KSLA's Kim Ngomo will give us a little sneak peek of all the films, comedy, music, and delicious food from Food Prize that you can enjoy this weekend.
And we're still keeping a very close eye on the weekend forecast. There's a cold front we're tracking that could bring the potential for some storms by Saturday night. I'll have those details next.
Now, KSLA First Alert Weather.
And welcome back. All eyes, of course, on the weekend forecast. We've been talking about this next weather maker now for the last several days. It is still on track, but I will tell you that the timing has shifted a little bit, and this looks more like it's going to be a Saturday night event that's slowed down quite a bit. That's good news. If you have any Saturday plans, that means that it arrives a little bit later into the afternoon. Severe weather is possible as this front comes in, along with a slight cool down as well. So we'll see those temperatures start to drop, especially for the second half of your weekend. I think it's looking a little bit cooler as we head into our Sunday across the area. Here's a look at long-range future track. You can see that as we kick off our Saturday morning with some quiet conditions across the area, and then we get into Saturday afternoon, maybe a spotty storm or two. I don't think we're going to see too much during the day, so if you have any outdoor plans, you should be good to go. And then we get into Saturday night. That's when the round of storms starts to really increase from the north and west. You can see that could be an overnight event, but probably moving out by early Sunday morning. So this is really good news if you have any outdoor plans this weekend, because I think most of what we're going to see is probably going to happen while you're you're sleeping on Saturday night. And then by the time you wake up on Sunday, we're back to sunshine across the area. So we do have that risk of severe weather Saturday afternoon, but more likely Saturday night. And that's in the area shaded in yellow. So that's basically the northern 2/3 of the Arklatex as of right now. All right, rain chances going up, but I did lower that rain chance a little bit on Saturday, and that's because most of the rain is going to happen as we head into the evening hours, and then we dry out again Sunday and Monday, but a second cold front is set to arrive by Tuesday, bringing more storms, so it is going to stay rather active. Quick check of our overnight lows, most of us dropping into the mid to upper 50s, so it will be a cool start tomorrow morning. And here's that forecast for your Thursday across the area. Another nice day, a lot of sunshine. We'll start off kind of cool in the morning, 68 by 9 a.m., 84 degrees at noon, and then we'll top out close to 90. Now keep in mind that our average high is about 80 this time of year, so we're still going to be well above that. 91 our forecast in Shreveport, 90 Coshada, 90 also in Texarkana. And I got to talk about the tropics real quick because there could be something brewing here as we head through October 22nd through the 28th. We're really watching the Caribbean here, and there's a pretty high chance, or at least a 40 to 60% chance that something could be forming down there. We'll keep you updated on that, of course, as we get closer. So all eyes on the weekend forecast. I think most of the weekend's dry, but Saturday evening we do have to watch for some strong storms. We cool down a bit on Sunday, and then tracking a secondary cold front that could bring more storms by next Tuesday.
All right, thank you so much, Matt. That wraps up our 9 p.m. Fastcast. You can join us right here for our next newscast. That's at 10 o'clock tonight. As always, stay first alert to any breaking or developing news in the Arklatex by simply downloading our KSLA News 12 app.